Mindset as an artist is so important to feeling like you have the confidence to share your work with others, and I've been doing a lot of work on mindset myself for the past few years now. I've come so far from where I was. It took me 6 months to design my first Annie and feel confident enough to post a video with her. And then I just changed her again a few videos into my channel. I didn't feel confident in myself as an artist at all, and even when I had published a couple videos with Annie 2.0, I still didn't like what I saw. I thought, it's good, but is it really there yet? And this was just the tip of the iceberg for me. I put so much pressure on myself to make the best videos I could possibly make. All as a solo creator with a full-time job and just starting out. Is it possible to do the quality of work I do with a full-time job? Absolutely. But all the anxiety about, was I posting frequently enough, or is this helping enough, got in the way of a lot of time I could have spent working. It made me freeze a lot of times. I would go to work on my channel and I would just stare blankly at a computer screen for a solid 20 minutes before realizing that I just needed to get to work now. And then I'd get a few minutes done and freeze again, eventually just walking away for a computer break and feeling terrible about the time I just wasted trying to work, but not. It's too bad because I still do this today. I'm better at just starting the work than I was before, but I still have full-on days where I don't get anything done because everything feels important all of the time and all at once, and I can't figure out what is exactly important versus what is nice to have but can wait. I've even tried things like the Eisenhower method where you prioritize things in little boxes, and that just never works for me. I'm always trying to perfect the video. My expectations of quality for my own videos are so much higher than other videos I see on YouTube. Part of me blames the fact that I work professionally on this stuff. I've been in the video game animation industry for the past 6.5 years, and so not only do I know that I can create high-quality work, but I'm also immersed in an environment where high-quality work is the expectation. So doing anything less with my videos is seriously so painful for me. Then you add on long set-in feelings of inadequacy and having my worth tied to my success from being called talented or naturally gifted my whole life. Growing up, I wasn't anything to myself if I wasn't succeeding. If I wasn't getting noticed for being busy, or having the best school presentation, or the best essay, then what good was I? Not from a place of wanting to be in the spotlight, mind you. I actually get really uncomfortable being the center of attention, but if I wasn't receiving positive feedback from others that I was one of the best, I felt like I was nothing. You know, that Talladega Nights quote, "If you ain't first, you're last" mentality. It caused me to have a very perfectionist mentality around my own work, and it made me afraid of failure. Harnessed for the right reasons, this could be a great motivator. But it wasn't tied to motivation for me. It was tied to fear and anxiety. It caused me to only go after things that I knew I could handle, or things that I didn't have emotional investment in, so if I failed, I wouldn't feel bad about it because I wasn't really trying to make it a success in the first place. But risks? Not for me. I had to be 90% sure something would be a success before I tried it. In fact, starting this YouTube channel was probably the first time I'd really taken a risk with my art. It took me so long to figure out what I wanted to make here, and I went back and forth on it a lot too. But I never really shared my art in a big way before that. I was never on Twitter or Instagram. I only shared in a Facebook group with people that I knew in real life. So when I started actually putting my all into a YouTube channel, it was really scary. I could easily point out all the things that were wrong with my videos because I had a trained eye for quality, but not necessarily a trained eye for implementation since my only expertise was in spine, some After Effects, and video game related work. Everything else was fairly new to me, but I knew what it needed to look like to be a good video. I could tell when things weren't working, and I could tell when my skills, or lack of skills, were what were holding me back. It was hard to put out my first few videos because I didn't think they'd be good enough. It was hard to keep up with my own expectations of quality and maintain the 1 video per 2 weeks goal that I had set for myself. All the YouTube gurus tell you to put out at least 1 a week, but no one ever really gives advice for people doing animation who can't just film themselves in real time and call it a day. I know it's not that easy, but compared to animating Annie, some days that's how it feels. For a couple minutes of animation, it takes a couple of hours to animate Annie the way that I want to for my videos. And the whole process is literally just copying and pasting keyframes to time with my audio. That's it. I've considered scrapping Annie altogether, but she's just so dang cute, which is interesting for me to say. Remember how earlier I said that when I created Annie, I wasn't satisfied with her design? Well, now she's so cute to me. And honestly, I think it's all the mindset work that I've done in the past year to thank for it. I quit working on Annapalooza a year ago because I didn't feel excited about making videos anymore. All the pressure that I was putting on myself to get the highest quality by myself was really tough on my mental state, and I wasn't enjoying the process anymore. I deviated to work on a different YouTube channel idea, actually, an animated anime fitness channel called Kawaii Fit. And through that, I had returned to the concepting phase. Woohoo. Which, looking back on it, I think I was just hiding from the work that I knew I needed to do for Annapalooza. And I was letting myself get distracted by the new shiny idea. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all wasted effort, and I'm still working on Kawaii Fit now too. But over the past year, I learned so much going through the process of designing a new channel from scratch, and I learned a lot about myself and my mindset along the way. I mean, honestly, the way in which I tried and failed while putting together Kawaii Fit, I think it may have made me more resilient to failure. I mean, I've always been a failure. I've always tried new things, failed, and then kept going until I succeeded. But for the first time, I felt like I could make bigger failures and it would be okay. And now, I'm proud to be a failure. There's so many things in the past 2 years of being on YouTube that I've done that I've been too afraid to start before. And I had always believed I had potential, but never that I could actually reach it. But when I was working on Kawaii Fit, I went into it knowing full well that I did not know what I was doing, and I was trying anyway. Everything about that channel was new to me. I'm not a fitness person, never have been, because it wasn't something that came easy to me. But now I've joined the CrossFit gym, and I'm learning more and more about health and gym life every day. Animating with spine wasn't working for me because I would need all these different views, and I knew animating by hand would take even longer than Annie, so I tried out 3D. I dove into it, a field that I had only briefly scratched the surface of in my day job. I learned how to model, rig, animate, make physics, texture. I explored Blender, Maya, 3ds Max, Cascadeur, Unreal Engine, Vroid, and oh my gosh, so many other things I can't even remember them all. I even bought myself a motion capture suit and learned how to record my own motion capture workouts in real life to transfer to my character. I learned how to hire out my needs when I couldn't figure something out. I learned how to design a brand and make something that looks and feels cohesive. And that's all because I dove in and let myself make mistakes, try new things, and experiment with what I was doing instead of going in with rigid beliefs about what I should or shouldn't be doing and how often. So now that I've returned to Annapalooza with a new outlook on failure, it's allowing me to take more risks and to experiment more and be more open to being imperfect with my work. It's even allowing me to be more real and express myself more. Annie is so polite and pleasant because that's how I personally interact with strangers. I honestly wanted her to have more personality and to be a little sassy from time to time, but that's a side of me that I only ever tend to show my closest friends, so it was hard to get it to come out naturally for me. In the end, I'll let Annie be whoever she wants to be, but now that I'm not looking at my work as an extension of my worth and I'm looking at it more objectively, she's really adorable to me. Even her voice, which of course is my voice, is adorable to me. I used to hate the sound of my own voice, but now I really love it. Anyway, so enough about me. How would this apply to you? My advice for you right now is if you're struggling to put your stuff out there, allow yourself to relax with your art, skills, or whatever goals you're working towards when you need it. Pressure can be really helpful if you use it the right way, and I still strive for excellence in my work, which pushes me to put out great content. But if that pressure is holding you back or making you freeze, that's a sign it's time to relax a little bit and rethink why you're doing this, why you want to succeed, and why you hold yourself to this standard. Just let yourself explore and make new discoveries. Let yourself enjoy what you're doing. And believe that there are people in this world who will love what you do. You just need to let them find you. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now, but I'll talk to you again. Bye for now.